This is episode 107, a solo episode with me, Tiffany Hinton, and we're going to be talking about sound baths, the sound healing for busy lives, how vibrations heal our stress. And I'll go into some of that. The science of sound healing is a different podcast, which I will link in the show notes, just so you know. And with that, I think we should dive into the show. Hello, it's Tiffany, and welcome back to Cultivating, a podcast where we discuss living life with peace and joy, living with grounding and glowing. I'm so excited to be back with you guys. I've had a lot of insightful moments and a lot of learning and a lot of adventure since I recorded the last podcast, ideas about really important topics that I'm going to be sharing on upcoming episodes. And I want to share with you today on the podcast. I am also simultaneously video recording, so you can see video on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Tiffany Hinton if you want to see it live. Hello. And I am still recovering from a bout of influenza and bronchitis. So I will pre-apologize if I cough during the episode. It still is happening, as much as I would like to be over this cough. So with that being said, the things that you may have seen recently, or maybe not if you're new to the podcast, is we just launched this week, actually, as I'm recording this podcast, our Grounding and Glowing membership. And I'm super excited for it. It is a space for busy moms to come to find grounding, to find balance, to find Kundalini movements, micro moments that they can do, breathwork exercises, herbal supplements, herbal teas and different things to help them find balance in their lives, to help, just like myself, on a daily basis. I do all of the stuff that I am helping others find and instructing and guiding people on their path to finding that grounding in their life so that they can glow and love and give to the outside world. Before we jump into today's show, though, on sound healing, I want to make sure that I ask you for a favor to rate, review, and subscribe to our podcast. You can click follow, you can click subscribe on the YouTube channel, and if you want to send me a screenshot of your review to tiffany@cultivatingguts.com through email, I'll send you a free grounding. Excuse me, see, there's that cough. I'll send you a free grounding challenge that you can use over 5 days. It comes with videos, it comes with short exercises, breath work, and a lot of downloadables. It's super fun. And if you're listening and you find a funny part or a favorite part, screenshot it. Tag me on Instagram at @IamTiffanyHinton. I love to repost, and I'm excited to hear what you think of today's episode. And I'm so grateful for you and all of our amazing listeners for helping us grow the podcast over the last several years and sharing it with more people. So with that, I think we're going to head into the show. I'm going to look at a couple of show notes here. All right. So we're talking about the sound healing for busy lives, how vibration heals our stress. And this is going to be super fun. I've got my show notes on one side. I've got my recording stuff on the other side. So sound healing, I found, oh my gosh, probably a decade ago, I was invited to a sound bath, and I've told the story several times, but if you're new to the podcast, I'll give you a brief story. So I was invited to a sound bath, and I was like, sounds cool. Don't really know what it is. It was being hosted on the observation deck of the Sears Tower, downtown Chicago. And I was invited to come as the MC of the evening. So this is during GF Mom Certified, when I had a PR agency. I had a whole bunch of different coaches. I was speaking and traveling to 16 different cities a year, speaking to audiences of 500, 1,000 people. We had published probably 10 books by then, had 2 bestsellers, 1 international bestseller. So if you are meeting me for the first time, yeah, that was my crazy life. I was on TV, The Morning Show, The Jam, Michigan Avenue Magazine. Like, it was big time, right? And at the time, all of my children were still under 4th grade, under 3rd grade. So it was a lot. And so I was invited to the Sears Tower to do MC as the celebrity for the sound healing, the sound bath. And the lady that was organizing the event, she said, and then you can just stay for the sound healing. And I'm like, cool. That was so amazing. Like, she had us lay down. She had us put our heads, all of us, there's, I don't know, 75 people on the floor laying down with our heads facing the sound bowls. The lady that she brought into play it was just magical. It was like stepping into a new world. And I have some photos of myself standing there looking out at the city after the sound bath, where you could just tell I'm like totally in awe, in just relaxation mode. And after that, I was like, I love this. This is amazing. It is a way for me to leave a stressful environment, a stressful life, and have a little bit of relaxation and peace in my life. A bit of almost like escape without drugs or alcohol, or, or having to book a retreat or a vacation to the beach. And then over time, I found people that would do sound baths on Instagram or on YouTube, and you could just put your headphones in and go lay on the couch or lay in bed. And then I attended other sound baths. And then 3 years ago, I think 3 years ago, put it out there to the universe, said it out loud that I'm going to go get a sound healer's license. I'm going to get certified in sound healing. This stuff really works. It was working for me. It was working for others. And I was like, I'm going to go add this to my functional medicine toolkit. And a friend of mine, she's like, I'll go with you. And we started looking, and we found an international sound healing school that was coming to Chicago to do a week-long intensive. And it was 8 to 10 hours every day you were in this training. And then you had to like pass a test. You had to fill out an essay. You had to like do a bunch of stuff just like any other credentials that you're going after. And then at the last minute, she couldn't go. And I'm like, well, I'm already paid. I'm already going. I want to do this. So I went. It was amazing. And then I practiced on people. And then I have used sound healing in events that I've hosted over the last 2 years, from new moon workshops to full moon workshops to other things. And starting in March, I'm going to be going into the Healing Light Wellness Center here in Chicagoland in Buffalo Grove and doing monthly sound healings along with their healing lights and their stuff that they've got going on there, which is going to be so powerful. So that's kind of the story of how I found sound healing and kind of where it's brought me. But like, to jump into what does it actually transform in the body, right? Like, why does it really work? Why does it make you feel relaxed? Why does it make you feel like you have an escape, or you've had, this experience? The really cool thing about it is that I'm going to give you a visual for a second. So if you think about, you're watching a body of water, whether it's a stream or it's probably better to think about like a pond or a lake, where there's no movement in the water. It's just as still as could be. And you drop a pedal or a pebble or a rock in that body of water that is not moving. And there's this ripple that happens, right? And a lot of photographers love to capture that ripple, the centrifugal circles that get bigger and bigger and bigger as they go out, and then they move into the water and eventually like get absorbed. Sound travels the same way in waves, right? Just like radio waves, sound waves travel. And with sound healing, we are intentionally directing those sound waves into the body to create healing frequencies. Frequencies, sound waves that go into the muscle, into the tissue, into the neurons, into the cells, that bring us back into alignment with our natural frequencies. Because we're living, right? Human beings are alive. Our bodies are alive. We pick up currents, whether you touch an outlet and get shocked or you get struck by lightning. I hope that never happens to anybody, but right? You pick up electrical currents, you pick up sound currents, you pick up those photons. Those sound currents affect your body. You may not know it, but they affect your body. And so you can think about and I'm going to go back to my childhood for a little bit, right? The mid 90s in high school, or even the early 90s, where people had the boom boxes, they had the bass behind the seat, and they would like adjust their homemade stereo systems in their trucks so that the truck would shake when the music played. I didn't know it at the time, but your bodies are absorbing all of that, whether it's lower frequency with that bass or it's the treble, the high frequency. And so the kind of music that you listen to also affects your body and your cells, and it's based on the frequency of the music. This is why certain individuals will suggest you play like music that has a frequency of 423 hertz or 528 hertz. Or you'll see people say, are you high vibing at 528? Those are frequencies of sound, guys. If you listen to 471 sound frequency, 471 hertz, that's the frequency for healing. I like to play that at night when I'm sleeping. There's a whole thing on Spotify called Miracle Tones where somebody has crafted and drafted all this music at certain frequencies to affect certain changes in the body. Physical body, emotional body, right? So the sound healing itself, when you play the sound of Om, and I have an Om bowl that I use, it makes the cells back to the frequency of nature. That's like where we started as humans. We started out, our cells when we were born, for the most part, not everybody, but most of us, if we hadn't had already trauma or other things happening right in the womb, our bodies were at the sound of Om. We were at that frequency. We know that if people are having headaches, you can get tuning forks and put them by the ears or around the head, and you can manipulate the brain to slow down, the blood flow to move through. You can manipulate left and right brain balance through sound. We know that if you play a C and a G together, it creates that super relaxation that we're looking for as a human when we're stressed. So that's one of the secrets, by the way. If you are interested in getting some sound equipment or getting some singing bowls or some Tibetan bowls, pick up a C and a G first, because when you play those in together, they're called a fifth together. I am not a music person, but I do know from my sound license and all of that training. When you play the perfect fifth, that makes our bodies happy. It makes our cells happy. It gives us that relaxation, and it gives us that energetic transformation internally to go from being overwhelmed and stressed to being like, It's almost like you step and you're just looking out over the ocean, right? Or whatever it is that you absolutely just find that awe in, that Waheguru moment. Okay, so that's kind of how the vibration works at the cellular level. So then what sound healing does, and for a lot of people it causes you to fall asleep, causes you to maybe start crying. Some people it causes rage. Your body holds emotion in the muscle, right? Or in our tissue. That's just how we do it. Whether you practice Chinese medicine, Eastern medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, or even like Louise Hay or St. Hildegard, they'll all tell you that your body, your tissue, your muscles in your tissue are holding emotion or trauma in the body. And that can cause dis-ease. It can cause, discomfort. It can cause muscle aches, muscle cramping. It can cause low back pain, depending on where you're holding it, shoulders, things like this. And different emotions get stuck in different parts of the body. When the sound healing goes in and it starts to vibrate that part of the body, it starts to loosen up that muscle. Think of like a massage therapist for a second, right? They're digging and diving at whatever's locked up, whatever muscle needs to relax, or even if you're at physical therapy. The sound frequency is doing something very similar, and that emotion starts to move through your body. In order for us as humans to work through it, we have to acknowledge it and allow that emotion to come up and to be released. And so you might cry. You might, like I said, get angry and want to scream at a sound healing. All of that is normal. Nothing is wrong with you. Your body is starting to release things that it is held onto over time that could be causing you physical discomfort or disease. And so that's really cool. When you are having, like, some people talk about how they have restless leg syndrome or they have neurological issues with things. You can actually use a tuning fork that's like 25 hertz. 25 hertz. So it's like super low. It's moving 25, waves. And that affects the nerves in the body, and especially the nerves in the lower legs and the feet. So there are different frequencies for different things. Like I said, the 741 is for body healing and detox while you're sleeping. So here's a tip for you. Put the castor oil packs on or rub a little castor oil in your belly button. Play the 741 hertz music while you sleep. And you are probably going to move some stuff through and wake up and need to go to the bathroom or have a bunch of urine because your body is detoxing while you're sleeping through the natural sound waves. Sound waves will even work through your earphones, through your phone, through your speakers in your house. You don't have to be at a physical sound bath. If you are, that's awesome. A lot of times if you're at a sound bath and they have you lay on the floor or on a blanket or a mat, you'll feel the currents through the floor, which is super fun. But that's kind of how sound healing works and why it helps release trauma. Okay. So singing bowls, we're going to talk about that for a second. And I'm going to do this with the idea that you don't get to see the camera. So I don't have any singing bowls up here with me right now. The crystal singing bowls, they're made just like they make crystal computer chips. Same technology, same software. They're making them Silicon Valley and a couple of other places. And you can easily get a crystal singing bowl from Amazon that's going to be made by the same company, sold by different people, might have a different brand on it, that's already tuned to a specific frequency. So if you're looking for a C and a G, right? Or you're looking for an F. A lot of people go for an F because that's like for your heart and your heart energy. So for like a crystal singing bowl, like I said, it's manufactured by a computer technology. But they are fragile. They are breakable. You can't strike them with a drumstick. They will shatter. You actually need to use the tools that they tell you to use. There are videos out on YouTube that tell you how to play a singing bowl, so we're not going to get into all that. Now, if you're looking for a metal Tibetan singing bowl, right, a traditional Eastern singing bowl, you're going to want to look for one that's been hand hammered. There are a lot on the market that are machine made, which means they take a piece of metal, they pour it or they shape it, and then they machine it, just like they would auto parts or other things. The machine made bowls don't have the energy, if you're looking for deep healing, that you're going to get from a hammered bowl. A hammered bowl is going to have different frequencies depending on where you strike it from the rim down toward the base. A hammered bowl is going to put off better energy too. So if we're talking about chi and energy of the bowl, because it was made with love. But the hammer bowl is going to sound better. So I personally, there's a store called the Ohm store, which you can find online. I got all of my hammered bowls shipped to me out of Tibet. I got on Etsy. I found a shop. There's a couple different ones that have good reviews on Etsy. And I had a company make them. My gong is the same way. My Ohm bowl is hand engraved. Did it take almost 9 months to get here? Yes. Do I absolutely love it? Amazing. And it's big enough where I can strike it and stick my head in it. And I love to do that. That's something, if you're ever at an in-person event with me, I'll let you do, is like strike the Ohm bowl and then just put your head inside. It balances your brain. It helps you just not have all that overthinking and crazy stuff that you can't get out of your head. It is so cool. So that is really cool. All right. That is kind of what we're talking about I'm trying to look at my notes. If you were interested in listening to a sound bath, I would invite you to one of my live events, or I'd actually invite you to our Grounding and Glowing membership in our community. There is a free 7-day trial. So you can go out, you can try out different practices, you can try out different Kundalini classes. If you sign up and try the 7 days, when we've got every month we do a live class, you can have the live class. And if you love it, stay. If you want to just stay with the free membership, stay with the free membership. There's different free rituals. I'm adding stuff to it pretty regularly, so it will grow over time as well. But I would invite you there. The link will be in the caption below, or you can just go to cultivatingguts.com/grounded and glowing, I believe. But I'll put the link below. So you can do that. But that's where I would suggest trying out some sound healing if you're faced with just, stuff you just can't move through. If your body just continues to have pain and nothing is working, go give sound healing a try. All right? If nothing is working already, go try it. If nothing else, it'll give you a great night's sleep and some deep relaxation. But I'm telling you, it really does work, and it's truly amazing. My husband at first thought it was very interesting. He's like, I don't know about this. And we have a massage table that I use for sound healing here at home. And there's been a few times where I'm like, just climb up there and lay down. And I'll do just a short 30 minutes of sound healing for him, and he'll sleep. He'll fall asleep and start snoring on the table, because it is that relaxing, and it's that healing. And a lot of times when your body needs healing, your body's going to sleep so it can redirect the energy to heal, and that's really cool too. All right, guys, this has been fun. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Share with me any of the parts that you thought were really cool. Anything you learned today, something maybe you didn't know, and you're like, oh, wait, I had no idea about that. Share with me, too, your experience around sound healing. And when are you going to try a sound bath if you've never tried one? Ask me any questions you have. I'm excited to hear and see all your amazing benefits. Satnam, love you guys. So if you love this episode, remember to share it with all your friends who may love this information or find it inspiring. To get into our brand new membership group, Grounding and Glowing, I will invite you to click the link below. We are teaching and guiding you on micro moments on how to find grounding in your life, how to connect back with nature, how to find balance so that you can glow, to provide and care for others, to find it and open your heart. It's an amazing opportunity. The whole premise of Grounded and Glowing is to have a sanctuary for busy moms to find stress relief. And I've been there, and I still get there. I'm so stressed out that I just need something to help me. And that is what Grounded and Glowing does. It helps me find that place where I'm grounded again and I'm glowing again. And I'd invite you to join us there. Again, first 7 days are free. You can also join just the free membership, or you can join the monthly membership for $19 a month. Like, that's cheaper than DoorDash. Just seriously. And it gets you all that stuff, and you constantly can go back into your favorites and play them over and over again and watch the videos, do the Kundalini, learn the breath works, or just listen to the sounds in the sound healing videos as well. So with that, I am going to say, have a wonderful day, guys. Talk to y'all soon.